सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनशृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम्। ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः स्तुष्टुवागंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Hari Om to everybody. Today we are going to start Prashnopanishad with the grace of Bhagwan and with the grace of Pujya Gurudev, our Guru Parampara. Let us start this Upanishad. Now, we all know that there are 10 Upanishads on which Bhagwan Bhashyakar, who is Bhagwan Shankaracharya himself, he has written commentaries. Okay. So those 10, why only 10? There are many, many Upanishads, not only 10. And all of them are of equal importance. Can you all hear me? All of them, it is not that some Upanishad is more important, some is less important, some are major, some are medium. It is not like that. All hold equal importance. It is only that these 10 Upanishads, why Bhagwan Bhashyakar has written only commentary on these 10 Upanishads? It is because from these Upanishads only, some sutras have been taken, have been extracted to compose Brahma Sutra. Our Prashnopanishad, the texts that a student of Vedanta has to read, has to learn, is what? The three things are the 10 Upanishads, Shruti, the Smriti, meaning the Gita, and Nyaya, that is the Brahma Sutra. All of them constitute of Prashnopanishad. Is it clear? You are able to understand what I am saying? Prashnopanishad has three things: Shruti, Smriti, and Nyaya. So, Shruti meaning what? Shruti means those 10 Upanishads on which Bhagwan Bhashyakar has written commentary. Smriti means what? The Gita, Bhagavad Gita. And Nyaya means the Brahma Sutra. Brahma Sutra has got 555 sutras. And it is composed by Bhagwan Vedavyas. So Bhagwan Vedavyas has taken some statements called the Adhikaran Vakya, Adhikaran Sutra. Those Adhikaran Sutra are statements from the Upanishads itself, and from the particular Upanishad from which he has taken those Adhikaran Vakyas, on that Bhagwan Bhashyakar has written commentaries on, like Janmadhyasya, Janmadhyasya, Janmadhyasya Traha. This one is a sutra. So Janmadhyasya. Now here in this sutra has been taken from Taittiriya. This Janmadhyasya Yatra, this has been taken from Taittiriya Upanishad, and the statement from which it is taken is Yato va imani jayante yena bhutani jivanti. From this popular mantra of Taittiriya, this has been taken, this sutra. So I hope this is clear. 555 sutras are there in Brahma Sutra, and from which Upanishad the Brahma Sutras have been extracted. On those 10 Upanishads, Bhagwan Bhashyakar, that is Bhagwan Shankaracharya ji, has himself written commentaries. What are those 10 Upanishads? The Kena Upanishad, Ishavasya Upanishad, Mundak Upanishad, Mandukya Upanishad, Kathopanishad, then Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Taittiriya Upanishad, Aitri Upanishad. These are the Upanishads. Now, Kaivalya Upanishad and Shvetashvatar Upanishad commentaries are also said to be, inverted commas, said to be written by Bhagwan Bhashyakar, but the style of writing is very different. So many saints say that this is written by some other Shankaracharya, though the books that have been printed, the commentaries on Kaivalya Upanishad and the commentary on the Shvetashvatar Upanishad, they say that it is written by Shankaracharya. But it may be some other Shankaracharya because the style does not match Bhagwan Bhashyakar. Am I clear? So these 10 Upanishads, these are the Kat, Kena Upanishad, Ishavasya, Mandukya, Mundak, Brihadaranyaka, Aitri, Taittiriya, and Chandogya. These have been written by Bhagwan Bhashyakar. From that we have seen Kena Upanishad, we have seen Ishavasya, I think with some of you I have seen, and Mandukya we have seen. Okay, so now this is important. So like Rigveda has got which Upanishad? Rigveda has got Aitri Upanishad. Brihadaranyaka has got 4 Upanishads. Brihadaranyaka has got, yes, 4 Upanishads. Yajurveda has got 4 Upanishads. Brihadaranyaka, then Ishavasya, Kathopanishad, and Taittiriya. Okay, then comes Chandogya and Sam. Chandogya Upanishad and Kena Upanishad, they belong to Samved, 2 Upanishads. And Atharva Ved has got 3 Upanishads, Mundak, Mandukya, and Prashnopanishad. So this we are studying, this we are going to study. This belongs to which Veda? It belongs to Atharva Veda, and that is why we chanted the Shanti Mantra, Om Bhadram Karnevi. It is common to all the 3 because it belongs to the same Veda, Atharva Veda. So again, Rigveda has got Aitri Upanishad, only 1. Then 2, that is Samveda has got 2 Upanishads, the Chandogya and Kena Upanishad. We have to learn all these things, okay? Because otherwise we won't know what is the source of our Upanishad. Then 3 Upanishads belong to Atharva Ved, that is Mundak, Mandukya, and this Prashnopanishad. And 4 belong to the Yajurveda. What are those? Brihadaranyaka, the longest one, but it is easy. The commentary is easy. Okay. So the longest one is Brihadaranyaka. The biggest is Brihadaranyaka, and the subtlest commentary is on Brihadaranyaka. And the shortest one is what? Shortest is the Mandukya Upanishad with only 12 mantras, but we saw just now. But there are 400 karikas, glossary we call in English. They all belong to Gaudapadacharya. Gaudapadacharya, the Param Guru of Bhagwan Shankaracharya, has written the glossary on Mandukya Upanishad. So 3 belong to Atharva Ved and 4 belong to Yajurved. Yajurved has got 4. Brihadaranyaka, Ishavasya, Kathopanishad and Taittiriya. Okay. So now we go ahead. So now this Atharva Ved has got what? This Atharva Ved has got Mundak, Mandukya and Prashnopanishad. So what is the difference between these 3? Where do they appear? See, there is something called Mantra Bhag in a Upanishad and something called Brahman Bhag. The Mantra Bhag is elaborated in the Brahman Bhag. So Prashnopanishad belongs to the Brahman Bhag, and Mundak Upanishad, that belongs to Mantra Bhag. And that is why we are not taking Mundak Upanishad first. We are taking Prashnopanishad first, so that it can be elaborated. The meaning of the Mundak has been elaborated here. So it prepares, the Brahman Bhag prepares the seeker for the Mantra Bhag. Mantra Bhag is more subtle. The Mantra Bhag, again, the Upanishad has been divided into Mantra Bhag. Veda has been divided into Mantra Bhag and Brahman Bhag. Which Upanishad appears where? Every Upanishad appears in different parts. So this Prashnopanishad, it appears in Brahman Bhag. Brahman Bhag is an elaboration. Brahman Bhag is an elaboration. Elaboration to understand the Mantra Bhag. So in Mantra Bhag, this Mundak Upanishad appears. But this Prashnopanishad comes in the Brahman Bhag. So this is an elaboration. I hope this is clear. So like Ishavasya. Ishavasya belongs to which one? Ishavasya also belongs to Yajurved. Now Ishavasya, see, Brihadaranyaka and Ishavasya, these are from Krishna Yajurved. Sorry, Shukla Yajurved. And Kathopanishad and Taittiriya, they belong to Krishna Yajurved. In Yajurved also there are 2 portions, Krishna and Shukla. So the Krishna Bhag, the Krishna has Kathopanishad and Taittiriya, and Shukla Bhag, that has got Brihadaranyaka and Ishavasya. But this Ishavasya, it is from the Mantra Bhag. It is subtle. Okay. So Brihadaranyaka is the Brahman Bhag Upanishad. Brahman Bhag Upanishad. In the same Yajurved only. In this way, they are divided. So we have to know that this Brahman Bhag Upanishad is elaboration of the Mantra Bhag only. It is to elaborate the Mantra Bhag Upanishad. So many things, see, like Kathopanishad mantras are very popular. But here, meaning of this Prashnopanishad is very important and popular. Sometimes the mantra goes to 7 lines. So we need to understand the meaning. It is very interesting. This Prashnopanishad has got 6 questions. 6 students go to Pipala Rishi. We will go ahead and see this. But here the meaning is very important. Why the meaning is important? So we are hearing this Prashnopanishad because it is an elaboration of that Mundak Upanishad or the Mantra Bhag Upanishad only. So here we will now go to this thing, Shanti Mantra that we have already read. We'll see it again once more, and then we will enter by taking Bhagwan's name. So you must be having the book. Those of you don't have, please you can collect it from the ashram. It is Prashnopanishad along with the Bhashya. We have ordered it from Kailas ashram. If you can order it from Kailas ashram, it is good. Or otherwise you can because I'll be taking the bhashyam also with the mantras. So the first, this thing, Om Mangalacharan, Shanti Mantra, we will read out. Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shrunuyam Devaha Bhadram Pashyemakshabhirya Jatraha Sirairangai Stuštuvagam Sastanubhihi Vyashema Devahitam Yadayuhu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Now, Om Bhadram Karnebhi. Om we have already known. I'm not going into elaboration in this mantra. Om we have seen in Mandukya. What is the Om? Om is connecting to the Lord. Om is the pranav. We call it with respect. We don't call it by its name because it represents the supreme truth, the absolute truth. That is Om. Om is the connector to the divine. So here Om Bhadram Karnebhi. First and foremost, in the prayer, it is said that may we hear auspicious. May we hear auspicious. Here, this Devaha. O Devaha. This is the vocative. O Devaha. O Devaha. What is the subject? The subject is Vayam. May we all hear auspicious only. So Vayam. Vayam. O Devaha Vayam Bhadram Karnebhi Bhadram Shunyam Karnebhi. May we hear all auspicious only through our ears. Karnebhi. So Shruniyam here is got Vidhiling. Vidhiling is used for prayers also. I'll give you some tips from Sanskrit also, who are Sanskrit students. They can get some tips from me. So Karnebhi Shunyama. So Vidhiling is for prayer. So once here Shanti Mantra, here first and foremost it is starting with the auspicious hearing, because everything, our mind, our vrittis, everything depends on what we hear. If we don't hear properly, or we hear something that should not be heard, then our vrittis are not stable anymore, or they will not be, sajatiya vritti pravaha won't be there. So our mind should be in a prayerful mood. Prayerful mood, why? Because to attain that state, to attain, to tune ourselves with the Godhood, to tune ourselves with the higher, we need to have a peaceful, to have a quiet mind. And unless we hear auspicious, unless our mind is stable, we cannot be tuned to that higher in ourselves. So every moment, actually, we need something from the Lord. Every moment we are needing something, some support from the higher. Because, see, the higher the thing, the more are the factors that we need to make that goal achievable. Again, the subtler the thing that we need, the subtler is our goal, more are the factors that we need to achieve that goal. And many times, those factors are not in our hand. Many a times, most of the times, those factors are not in our hands, and we continuously require the support of the higher to achieve that goal, because that is subtle. To make our minds concentrated, to remove the pain of the body, to have a healthy body, I mean, to like now also we are on Zoom. So we need so many factors, otherwise one element goes away and our session will stop. So it is a subtle prayer to invoke the grace of the Lord, to take away all the hindrances that come between my goal and my text. So here my learning and my goal. So every moment we are needing something from the Lord, which is not in my hands at all. Those are subtle things that we require. We need, and this is for what? This is for that Brahma Vidya. Which is what? Which is this Vidya? This will liberate us forever. This Brahma Vidya, and that is why we need such subtle mind, because otherwise we cannot hold that knowledge. Otherwise, some calm, krodh, rag, dvesh will erupt in between, and it will distract me from the goal of Shravanam. Shravanam. So this prayer starts with Bhadram Karne Bhi. So with our effort only, with Brahma Vidya is not possible. We can do our part well, but ultimately the last vritti is dependent on the grace of the Lord only. This we should always remember, and never try to belittle the upasana portion or the bhakti portion, because we need the grace of the Lord till we are weak. We are identified with one body. We have dehadhyas, dehabhiman. We need somebody big in our life to grace us. Okay. So either some situation does not allow, or our mind does not allow, something or the other will always happen in between. And that is why all the texts that we have seen, all those texts start with prayer only. Okay. So Adhyatmic Vigna is sometimes more than the Adhibhautik Vigna. Meaning what? Adhyatmic means inner. Inner disturbances are sometimes more than the outer disturbances, are the bhautik disturbances. So outside may be very quiet, but sometimes my mind is not quiet, and my mind gets distracted and disturbed very, very easily. The Shakti of prayer is too much. When we pray to the Lord, it can bring the Lord also in front of us. What to say of any other thing, any other mundane desire? Even the Lord can manifest in front of us. So, as much as we can melt the Lord through our prayer, that much power of that Lord will be always for us. It will be always with us. It will be always behind us wherever we go. So, three things we require. What is that? Dravata. Dravata means what? Deenata. Melted heart. Ekagrata. Ekagrata means what? Concentrated mind. And Ananyata. Ananyata means what? I have no one else, Prabhu. I don't have anybody else to go, anywhere else to go. I have only you. So three things are required in a prayer to make it very strong. The first one is Dravyata. Dravyata means what? To melt the Lord. And how will he melt? When we become very heen, helpless in front of him. If somebody comes to you in front of you and he says that please give me some food. If you don't give me food, I'll go to your neighbor. Then what will you say? Better go to the neighbor. You go and ask, I'm busy. But if he says that no, if you don't give me, I have nobody else to go. I don't have anyone. You are the only one. I come always to you only for asking whenever I need. Then your heart will melt. You'll say, no, 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 I have to do anyhow. I have to take out time for this person. I have to give him something. This is called Dravata. So Dravata means to melt the Lord's heart. And it melts only when we become very deen. Hmm. So Tulsidas ji in his Vinay Patrika, if you have that Vinay Patrika book, in that he has written many, many dohas, many, many small, small letters to Bhagwan. And in that he has expressed so much of Deenta that you will you will enjoy it also, and you will feel that how much these devotees had the power to melt the Lord even. So we should learn some of those from Vinay Patrika, and whenever we have got time, we should recite it in front of the Lord, because we need this characteristic of our mind. So Dravata, that is Deenta, Ekagrata is concentration of mind, and third was Ananyata. I don't have anybody else, Lord. I have only you, so please, you help me. So it is not asking for physical gratification, but it is asking for inner mental abilities, so that I can please you. I can have the higher knowledge in me. It is not for any materialistic things. These things, this Prashnopanishad and Upanishad and Brahma Vidya, these are for very deep seekers. It is not for the materialistic world to know all these things. Materialistic people, they won't enjoy all these things. They won't like it. So here, God takes over your sadhana when we pray with these three things. See, whenever we are doing our sadhana, we should know this thing that we are not doing it on our bal. It is somebody else's bal. It is somebody else's energy, health, um, the situations, everything depends on the support of someone higher in my life that I'm able to do my sadhana properly. And continuously, this realization should be there in our mind that I am taking the support of the higher. Otherwise, I can't progress in my sadhana life. So this is not on our capabilities. We may be very, very intellectual. We may be very, very good in our studies, in our subject, in talking, in chanting, in memorizing. But that does not have, sometimes I have seen some sadhak, they are very, very good in studies. For 20, 30 years they are studying. But when it comes to sadhana, when it comes to the realization part, or when it comes to quietness of mind, I've seen how they are not at the mark. I mean, up to the mark. I mean, they are somewhere or the other. You can see that the help of the Lord, the grace of the Lord is not on them. They are distracted, or they have left their studies, or they have left their swadhyay and sadhana. After doing 20 and 30 years of sadhana, they get distracted. So we should continuously pray to the Lord that please, oh Lord, help me. I am not doing with my capabilities, my capacities, but with your support only. Your support is more important than my capabilities. I am nothing without you. So here we need more bhakti, more dispassion, more resolutions. Our intentions should be pure. I need a good health also. I need proper situations also to hear. I need my nature also to be good. I need alertness of mind. So many things I require. And then we start some sadhana, some upasana to learn something. Otherwise, a small mobile is enough to distract us. Not even a mobile, the bell that rings in the mobile, WhatsApp messages or some notification has come, that is enough to distract us. Here we need a completely alert mind, a completely dispassionate mind, completely concentrated mind, melted mind. Okay, so that is why here this prayer is very, very important. And it starts with Bhadram Karne Bhi only, not to do, but to hear. Help me, O Lord, to hear auspicious only. So Shravanam is the biggest cause of disturbance or of peace. If I hear something very disturbing, the whole day sometimes goes away in that vritti only. That vritti becomes so strong, impressed so strong in my mind that it is very difficult to leave that vritti and come out. And the vice versa also happens. Sometimes in the morning, sometimes we do such a good satsang, or we have such a good thought that the whole day that beautiful, peaceful thought is lingering in our mind. And we are craving for more and more, and we feel, wow, only one sentence is enough. Isn't it? How does it happen? Only through Shravanam only. So it can give me direction. In the mission also, we all are here through the mission only. What do we do in the mission? We get to hear only. We do Shravanam only here. So in the Ramcharit Manas, in Navadha Bhakti, it comes Jake Shravana Samudra Samana. Jake Shravana meaning what? His ears or his capacity to listen is like the samudra, like the ocean. It is all the rivers, even if they are flooded also, they go into the ocean only, but the ocean is never full. It can accommodate everything and anything in it. Similarly, this person also, Jake Shravana Samudra Samana, Katha Tumhar Subhag Sarinana. So he is never tired of listening. Continuously, you can listen for hours and hours. See, we need a lot of Shravanam. Shravanam is the first thing that will take us to knowledge. So at least 20, 30 years, sometimes 35 years, we need to give in Shravanam only. And after that, some knowledge becomes stable in our mind. So Shravan Vritti is what? Shravan Vritti should dissolve that Aham Vritti in us. What does it do? Shravan Vritti, it will dissolve the wrong notions. Some convictions are there that trouble us. Wrong notions means what? These notions are troublesome. They won't create a peaceful vritti in you, but it will create some wrong, uh, wrong untruth, some mithya things around you that will trouble you. Mithya means what? It will trouble. It will trouble. It is not there, but it will trouble. Like we worry unnecessarily. It is not there. That nothing has happened right now, but we are in the future only. We are thinking of the future and we are not in the present at all. Similarly, here we need a lot of Shravan to take out this Dehadhyas because we are identified to this body completely. This body identification is so much that it takes a long time to come out. Okay, so we need many kinds of requirements for Shravanam. So first and foremost, the person from whom we hear, we should match the level. Then it should click that whatever knowledge is being given, that should click in my mind. The language should be as per my choice. Then sometimes the mind is not tuned to the speaker. At that time also, the mind reacts. So many things are there when we start doing Shravan. So the mind should match. Everything does not click so easily. The teacher should be teaching what I want. Sometimes the teacher is teaching something else or he's got distracted. Then what happens? Then I am also distracted. So interest should be developed. Sometimes it happens like it happened with me that I was not too much interested initially in Vedanta. But after I heard from my Acharya, slowly, my interest became so I was so keen on listening to all the Upanishads. I developed that intention. I had developed a love for Upanishads, for Vedanta. How? Through the teacher only. So, this caliber should be there to grasp the student's mind. This caliber in the teacher should be there to grasp the student's mind. Okay, so my faith should be developed. So there are many things that are required when we are doing Shravan. Many factors that have to be there. Okay, so now let us come to the next one. We have seen the first statement, Om Bhadram Karnebhihi Shunyam Devaha. O Devaha. O Deva is the vocative. And who's the subject? I. We all. So Vayam. Vayam Bhadram Karnebhi Shunyam. Maybe here auspicious only. Bhadram Pashem Akshabhihi Yajatraha. Yajatraha. Yajatra means what? Yajan karne yog, yajan ke yogya. So, oh, bhadram here again means auspicious. So, prayers, I should prayers for what? Prayers that progress. Prashema akshabhihi, by the aksha, by the eyes, may I see also auspicious only. By the eyes, I should see auspicious only. Okay. So here it is meaning drishti, our vision. Drishti should take us to darshan. Again, drishti should take us to darshan. Darshan of what? Not darshan of the sansar. It should take us to the darshan of the highest in us, the absolute truth, the Lord. Okay. So it should take us to some philosophy. I shouldn't lose by seeing something wrong. If I see something wrong, my mind becomes very distracted. It comes to a lower level. So I should increase everything. I should increase my tolerance. I should increase my holding of my indriya sense organs here and there. That should be there. That is called a tapasya at the level of indriyas. That is a tapasya. We all know whatever drawbacks are there in us. Somebody has something, somebody has some other thing, somebody talks not so good, somebody has some other habits. We all know whatever bad habits we have. So there we need tapasya in those areas. So we should pray to the Lord that we should be able to see things in spite of. Sometimes we see wrong in someone. Some wrong things we see that are not doable or not acceptable by my mind. But I should feel that I have to accept that person in spite of, because the spark of the Lord is there in him also. I am seeing that person. I see something wrong in that person. But when I see the wrong in that person, my mind stoops low. It comes down, it falls down. At that time, what happens? I have to raise my mind by seeing the divinity in that person. No person is perfectly 100% all right or good, or no person is 100% bad. He must be having something good and he must be having something bad. So in spite of that, the badness, we have to see the goodness also. This was a characteristic in Yudhishthir. So we have to also, this is all a sadhana to keep our mind elevated so that we can we can go to that higher self in us. We can, after hearing, we can maintain that vritti of Brahma Vidya. So what I have to see is not in my hand. Okay, but what I take after I see that, that is in my hand. Again, what I see outside is not in my hand sometimes. I have to see. Something is being shown to you. You have to see. But what I take from that vision or from that situation, that is completely in my hand. So suppose I want to get out of laziness. Suppose I'm very, very lazy and I want to get out of that laziness. What happens? I have to see somebody who's very, very alert, who's very, very active, who's continuously doing something. Then what will happen? Slowly, I will also drop my laziness. If I eat too much, then I have to see someone who's eating less, who eats at regular intervals. Myth, myth bhojanam. So then I will also try to control my habits like that. You must be knowing about Tulsidas ji's travel. He once went to traverse the same path as Lord Rama throughout India. Wherever Lord Rama went on foot, he also started walking. At that time, when once he was going to passing through a village, he saw a couple, a young girl and a man. They were embracing. Now see what is his vision. Now when he saw, but they hadn't seen him. Then when they were embracing, he just acted as if he is blind and he started walking. And he said, Andhe ko rasta do baba, andhe ko rasta do baba. And he started walking. And then somebody asked him, why did you do like that? He said, no, I see my Lord Ram and Sita Ma only in them. So this is the vision, outside situation, outside people, that is not in my hand. But what is the vision? That what I take from that vision, that is in my hand, what I see. Isn't it? So in this way, there should be an attempt to keep my mind always elevated, high state. It should not, because our tendency is to fall down continuously, because we have made our mind habituated like that. So it does not like to be kept in higher thoughts for a long time. Again and again, it will like to, okay, too much of Vedanta, too much of Bhakti. Now let us come to the world and talk something about food, or something about our relations, or something about our relatives. The mind is like that. So there are moments when mind falls down. So again, I have to uplift it. So next sentence, let's come to the next phrase. Sthirai rangaihi stushtu vagam sastanubhihi. Sthirai rangai. Now this is the prayer so that all my body, my physical body remains healthy. I'm praying to the Lord because if my body is not healthy, body and mind are connected. If my this is all our experience. I don't know about you, but I know about myself. The day I have some headache or the day I have some pain somewhere, that day my upasana is affected because I'm identified to the body so much. So naturally, when the body is not well, the body is in pain, all the attention goes towards that pain only, and it wants to remove that pain. Now, its attention is not at the higher level, or it requires a lot of punya and lot of upasana to come above the bodily pain and physical discomforts. There are Mahatmas who have done that. That at least I am not at that level right now. So that is why this prayer says that may my body, my limbs, etc., sthirai rangaihi, that may be sthir, that may be healthy, so that may we do yagya yagadi, sthirai rangai stushtu vagam, sastanubi, with good bodies, may we do your stuti, yagya yagadi, etc. Okay, so body should not be wanting attention. Attention, wanting portion. Any pain is your attention. It is seeking attention, your attention. Any pain. If my knees, the day my there is no pain in my knees or my head, I don't have a headache. At that time, my attention does not go there at all. But the day I have a headache, I feel like some burden is kept on my shoulder. Somebody is hammering from inside. The day my knees are painful, at that time I feel, oh my God, my attention again and again goes to the knees. Otherwise, it is there, but still my attention does not go. So my attention here should have been uplifted to the Brahma Vidya, to the higher vrittis, but here it will again and again take from the Ramakar vritti, from the Brahmakar vritti, my vritti goes to Dehakar vritti. This is the problem. If my anga is not sthir, not healthy. So that is why this prayer says that please, my pain should go away. My pain should not be there. I should have a healthy body so that I can do a lot of yagadi through this body. Okay. So this was our third statement. Then what? Last one. Vyashema deva hitam yadayuhu. Vyashema deva hitam yadayuhu means what? Vyashema deva hitam yadayuhu meaning that whatever ayu has been given to me, whatever life is given to me, I should be spending it for Ishwar Seva only, for your Seva only, whatever ayu has been given to me. That should be. So the Lord should direct me. God should direct you through something. What seva we have to do. We should not take independently any seva because that will generate ahankar. What is the main hindrance between myself and that Brahma Vidya? It is this ahankar only. So here, that is why it is said that even when we are taking some seva, it is to annihilate that ahankar, not to increase that ahankar. If we take any seva as per our choice, what happens? It will increase our ahankar only. So we should always, any upasana, any japa mantra, any puja, any seva, all these should be under somebody big, higher, whom I can surrender to. I can take orders from. There should be at least one place, one altar where I can completely give myself up. Completely. Where if that person says that go and die, I can die for it. At least one place should be there. Only then this mind can be under control. And I share everything, whatever and I have the faith that if I tell that person anything wrong about myself also, I'll be still accepted. He won't reject me right away. So this develops, and there I can give up myself and I can take orders from that person, that guru, that shrestha person, whoever is in my life. That can be anybody. So here, seva, therefore, should not be taken independently. Okay. And physical seva is required. If my body is right, if my body can do this, because I have just now prayed for Sthire Range Sushtuvagam, Sastanubihi. So if my body can do seva, I should do seva, because unless I do some physical seva to somebody, that person does not become happy. Talking, giving something, all these things are secondary. But the physical seva that we do around him, or some physical seva, that makes a person or Bhagwan more happy. So no seva actually is inferior or superior. To tell you, no seva is superior or inferior. The intention behind that seva is more important. Like we all know, okay, but what did he do? He rowed a boat and he took passengers from here and there. And Shabri Ma, she swept the ashram. So no seva is like that, something inferior or something very superior. It is the bhav of that seva. Okay, so emotional seva, physical seva, intellectual seva, all these are sevas only that will help me. That will help me to what? That will help. See, Gurudev, our Gurudev, Puja Gurudev, Swami Chinmayananji, he used to get up at 3:30 a.m. in that Uttar Kashi, where it is so cold, chilling, and he used to take a dip in the Ganges, that icy cold water, just to make tea for his guru, Tapovanji Maharaj. And sometimes that tea also he wouldn't have. It became cold. And he had to light those wood and then light the fire. In that, he used to make tea. Can you imagine? Even Swami Shivananda ji also, he also used to do so much of seva. He was a doctor by profession, MBBS, must have heard. His medical kit was always ready. Whenever he thought that somebody is requiring my seva, he used to go. He used to go to the villages. Sometimes a person at that time, I mean, 80, 90 years back, 100 years back, that time it was not so well developed and all the roads and were not developed. He used to go at night. There were no mobile services, no telephones, etc. So somebody used to come and give him some message that that person is ailing. He used to right away, he used to run, he used to go to that person. That person was all filthy. He must be having diarrhea and all. He used to clean up that person. Sometimes we feel bad to clean our parents also, our children also, but he never backed. He did that seva, he cured that person and then he came back. So physical seva is required. So here, Veshema Devaitam Yadayuhu, whatever ayu I have been given, I may do a lot of seva, I may do a lot of Ishwar seva and Adibhautik, Adidevik seva also. Okay. So now here, this prayer, Om Shanti, 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 Shanti at the three levels. Which level? Adibhautik, Adhyatmik and Adibhautik level. Adibhautik, Adhyatmik and Adidevik level. All the three levels. So now we will enter this. I have 10 minutes more. Okay. So we will enter the Bhashyam. We can have the first page. Bhashyam. This is a connecting Bhashyam. So I'll read it out. Mantroktasya arthasya vistaranuvadidam brahmanam arabhyate. So as I had told you, remember, there are two portions of the Vedas, the Brahman portion and the Mantra Bhag. So this is a Brahman portion Upanishad. So Brahman portion will elaborate the Mantra Bhag portion. So here it is said, Mantroktasya arthasya, for elaborating the Mundak mantra. That is why we haven't taken Mundak first. We have taken Prashnopanishad first. So to elaborate the mantras of the Mundak Upanishad, Mantroktasya arthasya vistaranuvadidam Brahmanam arabhyate. So this portion of this Prashnopanishad, the Brahman portion is started. Okay, I hope it is clear. So Rishi Prashna Prativachana Akhyayika to Vidyastutaye evam Samvatsara Brahmacharya Samvasadi Yuktehi Tapo Yuktehi Grahya, full stop there. So this Rishi Prashna Prativachana Akhyayika, Rishi Prashna Prativachana, it is a beautiful, actually, this portion, this Pipalad Rishi. this Pipalad Rishi will be approached. Pipalad means what? The name of that Rishi is Pipalad, the teacher, the Pipalad. Pippalam Atti iti Pipalad. The fruits of the people tree he used to eat. The one who eats the fruits of people tree. Now don't ask me from where he got or how did he see. So fruit of people tree. That is Pippalam Atti iti Pippalada. So 6 students go to Pippalad Rishi and ask questions and he gives the answers. So it is a beautiful portion. You'll enjoy the questions also and the answers also. So to get this Vidya, people do a lot of austerities. They leave their house. They leave everything. They leave their Kam Pradhan Jivan. They leave everything and they eat roots and bulbs and everything and they want this knowledge. That much of intensity is there in their mind that I want to have this knowledge by anything may happen, but I want to know this Vidya. Okay, so Rishi Prashna Prativachana Akhyayika. So it is what? It is in the form of Rishi Prashna and Akhya. Prati Prashna. It is in the form of question and answer. So it is like here in our scriptures, the questions are welcome. It is never said that you cannot question anything. Our scriptures, our culture welcomes questions. And all the Upanishads you will see, mostly, they are what? They are in the question answer series only. They are in the format of question answers only. If you remember, in which Upanishad, Ishavasya we have seen some of you, and then Upanishad also. The Ishavasya also, the first mantra was Ishavasya idagam sarvam yat kinchit. So in that also, there was question and answer. Then Kene Shitam Patati, first mantra of Upanishad also, Kene Shitam Patati, Preshitam Manaha. Who's that? Who is prompting that mind to go? Who makes that mind fall or rise? Na tatra chakshur gacchati, na vak gacchati, no manaha, na vidmaha, na vijanima. There also the teacher is telling the student that I know, but I won't be able to tell you. If I am able to tell you, that means I don't know. If I say that I know, that means I don't know. Like that. So it is, all those were conversations of the teacher, between the teacher and the disciple. In Kathopanishad also, there is a conversation. So all these Upanishads, they are in the format of question and answer. So here also we have the same thing. So question and answers were given. So to Vidya Stutaye Evam Akhyayika Rishi Prashna Prativachana Akhya. So here Rishi Prashna here means Tatpurush. It is Tatpurush. It is not Rishi Prashna. Rishaye Prashna. It is to the Rishi. For the Rishi, the question was asked. So Rishaye Prashna. Rishi ke liye Prashna. For the Rishi, there was a Prashna. And Prativachanam Akhyayika. Prativachanam Akhyayika means the answer that was given by the teacher, by the Rishi, that has been in a story form. To Vidya Stutaye, for the praise of Vidya Stutaye Bhavati Evam. You have to you have to put a full stop there. To Evam, praise of that Vidya. It is for the praise of that Vidya. The whole thing, the question and answer, whatever, and the story that has been depicted is only a praise of that Vidya only. Sutaevam Samvatsara Brahmacharya Samvasadi Yuktehi Tapo Yuktehi Grahya full stop. This we will see in our next class, because here it will need a little bit more explanation that I will start in the next class. So here we should remember that Bhagwan is giving us a Vidya that will remove all our obstacles in this life. It will take us to liberation. It will stop the cycle of Janma and Mrityu. So we have to make our mind more and more subtle. Unless we make our mind more subtle, we won't be able to grasp this Vidya. We won't be able to establish our mind in that Vidya for a long time. See, even one sentence can click that knowledge within us. How much time does it take to prepare for a dinner or a lunch? It will take maybe 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours. Sometimes the ladies in the house, they start the day before for some lunch party or something. How much time does it take to eat and finish? Just 15 minutes, half an hour, and everything is gone. Similarly, here also, preparation of the mind takes a lot of time. Sometimes the whole bird, sometimes two birds, sometimes three birds, like that. But to click that knowledge, it doesn't take time at all. So we have to buy Shravanam, we have to make our mind very, very subtle so that we can keep that knowledge in the mind. Keeping that, we all know that we are Brahma. We all know that that Atma is a self only, and that is that Brahman only. We all know this much. The knowledge should happen because this is the knowledge. But it does not happen. It does not happen means what? Some hindrance is coming between us and that knowledge. And what is that? That is that I am not able to keep that knowledge throughout. I'm not able to, whenever challenges come in my life, I'm not able to see myself as that Brahman, as that Atma, as that absolute truth. I feel that situation is truth. I feel that situation is true. And I feel I am false. I feel that being, I am being um, overpowered by that situation. But I cannot be overpowered by anything. I am giving existence to the whole world. I am of that nature. We have heard in Mandukya so many times. What is my nature actually? I am of that nature. Here we need a lot of tapasya. Here we need a lot of upasana. So I will request you after listening to the morning class, because if we were here physically, we could have done a little bit of meditation. But I'll request you to do at least 5 minutes of quiet meditation after you listen to this. And what will you do in your meditation? Try to close your eyes, sit quietly, and repeat the whole class in your mind. You have written your notes, you can hear it again. It will be uploaded on the YouTube. Everything is there. But whatever impressions that you have taken in your mind, try to go through it in 5 minutes. That will impress the things more deeper in your mind. Because otherwise, it will all be bookish knowledge only. It will remain in the books. We don't want that. We want our experience to be there. We want the experience, whatever has been spoken in the scripture, that experience should be my experience. When? Right now. And that is possible only when I continuously think about it. And that thought, one thought, when it lingers throughout the day, then I'll congratulate that, okay, now we are on the path. Now we will reach the destination soon. It is only that this thing matters, nothing else. Otherwise, again, the moment I close the books, the sansar will enter our mind. This should not happen. So try to keep this mind stable, try to go deeper into it, and try to think about whatever we heard just now. Categorize the Upanishads. See which Upanishad belongs to which Vedas. We saw the categorization also. Then we saw the Mangalacharan, this Shanti Mantra also, the meaning of that. What is meant by hearing? What are the three qualities of the mind that we require when we are hearing or we are doing prayer? All those things recall and then start your day. Okay, so I'll end it here now. We'll see you tomorrow morning again. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.